If you even spoke to different people, the people that you chose to speak to.
Like a lot of people talk about making money online. Like who's actually talking about the personal development side of things? I'm making 15K per month, but I'm slowly deteriorating because I'm fucking smoking weed all day. And then I lose all of it. And I have to rebuild it all back up.
The matrix, that's what keeps you trapped. Those things there are liquidity pockets. They're little demon guys sat behind a laptop printing these tokens for you to buy and gamble on.
I think it's hard to close clients when you have to convince them this is something that they need. Whereas on Upwork, the clients are the ones asking for help. So I don't push Upwork because I've got some like agenda behind it. I push it because it's actually the only thing that allowed me to get out of my 9 to 5.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another podcast. And I know I haven't got a fresh trim, but you're gonna have to deal with it, right? You're gonna have to deal with it because we've got a very special guest on today. A lot of you guys have been requesting every single week to get this person on, but he's just too busy and he's just too fucking rich.
Yeah.
So I managed to get some time together to finally pull in Ryan Ramshaw. So welcome to the poddy, my bro.
What's up, guys? How's it going, broski?
What's up? So the questions that we're going to go through is this. First, we want to know your story. Then we want to understand about Upwork and what's going on with that stuff.
Sure.
And then I suppose we'll take it from there. So how did you get started with entrepreneurship and what brings you here today?
Well, I got started with entrepreneurship probably like 5 years ago. And to be honest, I've taken a lot longer journey than a lot of other people. Like what some people like yourself have done in 3-4 years has taken me probably almost like a decade now.
Yeah, because you was doing burritos and shit, right?
Yeah, I was making fucking burritos. I was fucking working in some like international hotel. Like, you know, it was rubbish. And I had a whole business before this. I had like a dating business where I taught people about dating and lifestyle and things like that. But that was just more like a labor of love business, you know, like I didn't really make any money from it.
So you was doing like cold opens?
Cold opens, yeah, like I'd jump in front of chicks and be like, yo, stop, or whatever, you know what I mean? But no, I love that business, but I just didn't make any money from it, you know what I mean? I did that for like 3 years, never made any money. And then I lost that job. I had 3 people living in my 1 square bedroom apartment. They kicked us out. So I had to go back to Leicester, and then I got a job at Holland & Barrett.
What was going on with that? 3 people in 1 room, bro.
Yeah,
that
sounded
dodgy, a bit
just
mad.
dodgy. Yeah, we actually had to put like a wardrobe up, and like every night I'd like pray that the wardrobe didn't fall and just like murk everybody in there. You know what I mean? And then one time there was like some gorilla like got like escaped from like Tycross Zoo or whatever, and apparently I could like hear it at night and shit like that. It's getting weird.
What, in Leicester?
No, this is in not Tycross. What's it called? Regent's Park Zoo.
Like London?
This is in London. Yeah.
London's a war zone, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I had to leave London and go back to Leicester, and that's when I got my job at Holland & Barrett, which is like where most people know me from, because that was just like the journey. And I remember when I got that job, I like told myself, I remember looking myself in the mirror and being like, I'm gonna work here for 30 days, 90 days, and I will leave. And then I ended up working there for like 1.5 years. And I was just smoking a bunch of weed, like I was just being a degenerate. And I couldn't figure this shit out. And that's when I found out about Upwork.
You're trapped in the matrix, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just pull back to this cold open stuff, because I feel like we just breeze past that.
All right. So, well, in full transparency, back in the day, I just was a very like nervous person. I was very anxious. I didn't have like a lot of friends in school. And yeah, like it was just like they say like your main struggle will be your biggest passion. And like for me, my main struggle was like talking to people, making friends, and also like, you know, meeting girls and stuff like that. And I just couldn't figure that shit out. So I went on this full blown like hiatus from A-level to about, I don't know how old I was, like let's say 21, 22, where I just made that like my whole world. And I ended up messing up like all my grades. I don't know if you know that. I like blew all my grades. I didn't even show up to some of my like exams and stuff like that because I was just out there like trying to talk to chicks and whatnot. You know?
That's mad. So were you doing like Tinder opens?
I went through this course. It was called like Simple 30, and every day you'd have to like do something a little bit more awkward. So like it started off with like you'd phone call somebody and be like, you'd tell them a joke, like I phone at Costa and be like, hey, you know, why did the chicken cross the road or some shit, right? That was like just to get a little bit out of your comfort zone, right? and then it ended up being like, you know, you go up to some random person and tell them like insecurity. It sounds so weird, but like this actually like helped me so much back in the day.
Personal development, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I even went to like the market and I'd had to sell them something. or I'd have to ask them for free. And then I'd take whatever they gave me for free and I'd try and sell it to somebody else. Or I'd go into a restaurant and convince the guy in front of me in the line not to buy something. I'd be like, yo, fucking, I just ate here, bro. Just gave me the shit. Right? It was great. Like, I just did stuff like that. And then it slowly moved into like more of like the dating stuff. And like you go and say hi to a girl or like ask her for the number and things like that. And then, I became like really passionate about that. And then I started teaching other people about it. And then I had a business around it in London and I did some seminars and things like that. I had a YouTube channel back in the day. And my biggest passion, you know, like back in the day it was tough.
Yeah, I've seen some of those old school episodes, man.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the old Google Drive? Yeah.
Google Drive, I completely get that. One thing that's interesting is when you look at a lot of the top influencers right now, Andrew Tate, Iman Gadzhi, even Luke Belmar, for example. There's one common thing which they all get traction from, and that's talking about how to get bitches.
What?
How to get laid.
Yeah.
How to fucking tie your shoelaces.
Yeah.
So it's starting to seem like, for me, because I'm not really on socials, neither are you realistically.
Not really.
We're starting to see like people don't really have a lot of male figures in their life, and people are struggling with these things that some people don't want to talk about, for example.
Yeah.
So when you hear Iman talk about, oh yeah, fucking get out of bed in the morning, make your bed and fucking brush your teeth, people are like, whoa.
Well, it's easy to do it as well when you're like a good looking dude and you've got things going for you and you're already successful. You go gym. Like I never had any of that shit. So I had to like really learn it from the ground up. You know what I mean? Yeah,
exactly. Because you know, sometimes people get things naturally. Other times you have to learn things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the funniest thing is, when I asked Iman, I was like, oh, okay, what book should I get? Bro, he told me to get Way the Superior Man.
Yeah, what?
And I was like, wow, I read it. I'm thinking like, this book's going to make me rich.
That's massive in like the PUA space, you know?
Is it?
That's huge. That's like the #1 book. That and like the game.
It's an amazing book. But fucking, I've started reading it. I thought this book was going to tell me how to get rich and make money. The first thing the guy's like is like, guys that fucking stop being a bitch. And
well, it's hard. Like in the beginning stages of your journey, when you think about like, oh, I'm going to learn these esoteric things in the beginning. But in the beginning, you kind of want to more focus on like practical, do this every day sort of stuff. As you develop in your journey, you start to learn about these more esoteric things. Like I feel like I'm only just starting to learn a lot of these mindset stuff.
It's crazy because it's all the same. Right? Yeah. The Donnie will be like, look, girls ain't going to like if you don't have a purpose.
What?
And the guy's like, what do you mean? And it's like, if you just go chase a goal.
Hey, wait, you know some stuff actually. You've been in the game a little bit. Because you're saying stuff that they used to say. Like, that's actually what they would say a lot. Like, just be on your purpose.
Yeah. Because I've read the book, bro. You know what I mean? I studied
read the scriptures.
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. When Iman gave me the books, I didn't just do what most people do and just go, yeah, cool. Same thing when Luke gave us those other books, right? We studied them, right? Normal people to breeze over them. But I listened and studied that fucking book. Yeah, right? I know everything that it says to do. You know what I'm saying? And Donnie, whatever it said, I was like, this guy's told me to read it. So whatever this says is fact. I didn't question it. So guys that have a goal, chase it. Yeah. Don't worry about the chicks later. Did that, you get better women.
Yeah.
It's true. It just happens.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And there's an interesting concept in there about if you don't have a goal and you're on the dole, let's say like you're just a stay-at-home dad, you're not doing much, you're not bringing much to the table, then the woman's going to start fucking stressing you out. And she doesn't know why she's stressing you out.
Yeah.
You don't even know why she's stressing you out. But it's because you're not chasing a goal and she can't translate that to you. So yeah, there's so many things in the way.
You ever read the book Power versus Force?
Yeah, of course, finding your flow.
In that book, like it's the same with like the dating stuff. Like you can go out and do like 50 opens and speak to like 50 different girls, or you can just work on yourself a little bit and then have people come towards you. And it's easy with social media nowadays and things like that as well. But
yeah, exactly. You can get more chicks with having a better Instagram.
Yeah, literally.
You know, half the people out there, you look at
fiends on Tinder.
Yeah,
you know
fiending. Yeah, exactly. Fiending on Tinder. You look at the Instagram profile, they've got no pictures, and you're like, this guy's a creep. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what people associate how they look towards you by your Instagram. That's the first thing they check you out on.
Sure.
You know, so if IG and socials ain't professional, then people are just gonna think you're weird. Like, who trusts anybody with no photos?
No,
like, that's just sus. That is. You know,
it's like having an Upwork profile with no fucking like testimonials on it or some shit.
Yeah, just like don't trust them. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so,
literally.
What were some of the key lessons that you learned from like the dating game?
But the main thing I learned was because I got to live by myself because of it, because I got a job. And this is actually a sick lesson, because I was working at a Mission Burrito, like a Mexican restaurant, right? I was like fucking rolling burritos. And if you don't know about me, bro, like I'll roll you the dirtiest burrito you've ever had in your whole fucking life.
He was
like,
doing that jits. Remember that jits competition? Trying to take that
burrito. I got the guy to help me. Yeah. But like, I got to leave that job, and I wanted to live in London, but I couldn't afford it. So the way I got this, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I reached out to like an international school. And in that international school, they were like, we wanted like a full-time person to come work there. So I remember showing up for the interview. I had to skip a day at work. I said I was sick or whatever. And I pushed they were like, okay, so why should we hire you? Because this job isn't even for outsiders. They were hiring within the company. And I gave them like a little memory stick, and I pushed it across the table to them. I was like, here's some things for your website. Here's like how international students can get from the airport to fucking the hotel. And I just like went above and beyond, and that blew their mind. And then I ended up getting that job. And it's the same way I got my job at HMV as well. Like I remember when I rolled up for that interview,
you like pitched them on the job.
Yeah, like not even that. Like I provided like a bunch of value. Like when I got my job at HMV, I remember showing up there for the interview day, and I was in like a suit. Everyone else is showing up in like joggers. It's HMV, bro. It's not that deep. You know what I mean? It's not like an investment banking job or something. And there was a big like van outside, and I remember like I just walked up and was like, I grabbed the boxes and started moving them inside, and they were like, the guy came up to me and was like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, oh, I'm here for an interview. And that blew their mind that I was like already working, without them asking. And then I ended up getting the job because of that. So I think...
Well, that's from a book as well. That's from... I forgot a book that's from. That's literally in a book.
Just providing value up front.
Yeah, I think it's How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of those are old books.
Yep.
And it was like, bro, if you go to the place, start working, then they're just going to give you a job, because they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, literally. They were like blown away. They were like, well, who's doing that?
They're glitching, innit? That's the thing. Yeah. You glitched them out.
But no, I learned a lot from just trying stuff in, like the fact that I was able to move there and provide value and live on my own for a little bit at 18, which is still quite young. Like a lot of people don't move out when they're 18.
20 something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when I moved out at 18, it was an intense thing for me. And when I was working that full-time job, plus also trying to start the business as well. But I learned that, and I learned about how to hold myself accountable and do a lot of work. Developed a great work.
The hardest part about when you're living alone is fucking washing pots.
Yeah,
and cleaning up after yourself.
Oh, I wasn't eating nothing. I was just eating like bacon,
bro,
on the pan.
Yeah, I was on the same thing. Bacon sandwiches?
Yeah,
I was on that.
Yeah, well, bro, I'm telling you that in that apartment, because I ended up starting that business, right, the dating business, and I had 3 people living with me, and we had like a queue to go into the shower.
Oh, I've been there.
I've
been there in the morning. In the morning. Yeah. You get that in like uni clubs, man.
Bro. Just like some proper like ghetto shit, man. It was messed up.
Everyone's in pure survival mode.
Yeah, literally.
That is another thing as well. At that stage, you're not even thinking about your future. You just think about surviving. Think about next month. You know what I mean?
I had no like understanding of business. Like if I was to go back and run that business now with the concepts of like systems and processes and how to run a business and how to promote it and things like that, I would have been way more successful. I just had no understanding of business. Yeah, it's just a labor of love thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. Once you get to a higher level of experience, you just operate on a different frequency to where you can spot opportunities where other people can't. You know,
exactly.
Because there probably was loads of opportunities at that time, but you just couldn't see them, just wasn't aware of them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how did you find out about Upwork at that stage?
Well, I got started by following Iman Gadzhi. Well, there's a story there, but I don't know if I can get into that.
Yeah, Iman, if you see this video,
I don't know if I can get into this because you know what it is.
Like when can we start chatting about it?
I've gatekeeped this information for like half a decade now. All right, fine. The point is, basically, when I was doing the dating stuff, Iman came and he asked me to basically teach him dating. And it's funny, like, I'll just be completely transparent. When we met up at a club, and I was supposed to be there and teach him and stuff like that. So the first thing you got to do to impress the guy, like if you're hiring somebody for dating, is you got to start talking to girls. And I would go speak to the girls at the club, and every single one would just blow me out. Like every single one was just like, nah, like not feeling it at all. But then Iman would talk to them, and he was just like suave, like every chick was on him. And I was like, this guy doesn't need my mentorship. And at the time, he was going to offer me $2,000, and I needed that money. I was living on my friend's floor. His name was Scott. I was living on my friend's floor. I needed that money so bad, but I didn't charge him. And we talked for a little bit. I gave him some, pointers or whatever. And then we didn't speak for like another year or whatever. And then later I was working at Holland & Barrett. I was like smoking weed. I really wanted to change my life and do the whole agency thing, but I didn't have any fucking bread. Like I couldn't afford the program because I think it was like $1,000 or whatever. Who's got $1,000 when you're working at Holland & Barrett?
Oh, guess what? Even I didn't pay for that shit. We'll talk
Yeah,
about that later.
yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, got it. Yeah, but yeah, but like, no. And then he reached back out and he was like, I remember when he didn't fuck me over, and here it is, and he gave me like a cheaper option and basically let me in for free. And yeah, like that. It's funny, like sometimes decisions that you make years later end up helping you, but you're not fucking people over and things like that. It's like our relationship a little bit, you know what I mean? Like after the mentorship, I never really spoke to you for like a couple years or like a year or whatever, and then we finally gel back in, and you know that like I have your best intentions in mind because I don't need anything from you and you don't need anything from me, so we can like gel well together, you know what I mean?
Same thing happened with the Luke Belmont situation.
Yep, exactly.
You know what
I mean, can we drop that?
Yeah, of course. We organized Luke Belmont's event. I think it's not really a big thing.
It's not really a big deal, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
At our level, right? Because we're not sucking the person's dick. Let's just be real, right?
Yeah, because there was a lot of dick sucking when we went.
Suckers, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing. They're like vultures, right? Sometimes people that you meet in life, if they're a vulture because they're just trying to take things from you or they need something from you, right? But at a certain level, if you want to be at the highest status of a person and you do something for somebody for free, how did Luke Belmont meet Andrew Tate? Right, patterned up his Instagram, no problems. Right, you instantly put yourself at that level, even if you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Because at the time when you was helping, when you was helping Iman, Iman, you didn't even know he was going to hit the trajectory.
No, he was brokey
exactly.
back then. He was like not making any money.
Exactly. So. Right. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, sometimes if you want to get things, you have to have a time horizon longer than today.
Yeah, you need to give without needing something back as well. You know what I mean? You just need to provide value for the sake of providing value.
Exactly. For the sake of being original. You know what I mean?
Yeah, authentic.
Authentic and sticking towards your purpose, Like, if we work with another VC fund, the VC fund will be like, right, we'll give you all of our resources and we're going to invest into you. Different ball game.
Yeah.
Right? When you come in to deal with some of these small fries who are worried about $1,000, they're like, okay, I'm going to have to bill you this many hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When does a fucking investment fund build you the fucking hours?
Never.
And these guys are working like 12 to 12, you know what I mean?
No, literally. Pay you up front.
Yeah, they'll pay up front, no
for like the year.
Yeah,
because, you know what I mean?
And that's why they make more money.
Yeah.
That's why they make more money. So yeah, when it came to you meeting Iman and joining back on the course, how long did it take to have success with this course?
Well, in full transparency, and I want to clarify this, like I love Iman and I think what he's done is amazing, but I just personally didn't have success with those traditional business models, like doing cold outreach through like cold calling, cold emailing, doing networking events. Like I just did an interview with Mohammed, one of the coaches in Freelance Fast Track, and like I was saying to him that like I would like show up to Middleton's in Leicester and like with my notepad and try and close them in person. They're like, who are you? Like you're like a child. Like what are you talking about? So I didn't have success like doing it the traditional way, which is why I really like Upwork, because I think it's hard to close clients when you have to convince them this is something that they need. Whereas on Upwork, the clients are the ones asking for help. So I don't push Upwork because I've got some like agenda behind it. I push it because it's actually the only thing that allowed me to get out of my 9 to 5. Like without Upwork, none of this shit would have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
100%, and that's where we met, right? I brought your course for Upwork, because I did the same thing. Yeah.
Through IG, you know what I mean?
I was in like
this is what I mean. Like, I don't have a big social media, but I used to do it. But then I took like 3 years off because I was just like, I don't even give a fuck about this anymore. I'm making real money in real businesses. Why do I need to be on social media?
This is the thing. Right? This is what a lot of people don't get, and I suppose we'll touch on that, right?
Yeah.
People's social media presence does not reflect their bank account.
No.
Right? We've hired people with millions of followers and they're dead fucking broke.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing going on inside their brain, right? It's the same reason why when Andrew Tate talks to Aiden Ross, he looks at Aiden Ross into pure disappointment. He says, look at the network and audience that you have, providing no fucking value to nobody. Right? So that's what a lot of people don't get. If they look at your Instagram, they might see a few thousand followers and devalue the service. Yeah. They look at someone else's thing with that 20k followers and they're fucking sucking the person's dick.
Yeah.
The thing that they don't realize is that you can't You can't beat experience.
It's the journey.
The
Like, if
journey.
you look at my journey, I've been coaching in different business models for almost a decade. You know what I mean? Like, it's been like this for such a long period of time now. Yeah, never stopped. I love this shit.
Even the same thing when I used to coach. I brought followers. I was brought like 10K followers.
Right.
I was like, I'm a coach.
I think a lot of those followers on my Instagram are fake.
Yeah.
From like back in the day, to be honest. So, yeah.
Most things you can buy them for like fucking £2.50,
Yeah.
and everyone's
Doesn't mean
like,
shit.
oh my god, he's got 50,000 followers, and
Yeah.
you can buy their views as well. So you just have a page
literally.
that's got bare followers, bare views, and people would buy your services. Like, some people are just just stupid. But in terms of the Upwork situation, right? What I found interesting about Upwork, because I tried cold email, it actually did work. I got one client, blew it. I emailed him off my university.
How much charge?
But I was charging him like 2K. I came in big baller. Yeah, because he's a multi.
Charge 2K off the rip?
The guy, imagine this. I cold emailed somebody off my university email with my university name in there, like at Leeds Beckett. I emailed him, like, I'll manage your social media. I seen your post on fucking LinkedIn.
What?
And he was like, yeah, come in for an interview. I'm in Leeds. I went in the same suit from the Iman Gadzhi networking event. Closed him on a trial.
We should talk about that as well. Yeah, bro.
We'll talk about it. But I went in with the same suit, right? Closed him on a free trial for 14 days to run his app. He put in 5K to running ads. I outsourced it to some guy in India, and he blew the fucking account. Blew the account. This is why when I say to people, outsourcing doesn't work, they think it's because I've got some agenda.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why is this guy saying that? The truth is because I fucking tried it. You get what I'm saying? I tried. Outsourcing don't work. And that's what led me on the journey to working out how to do ads myself. Yeah. Because I was like, that was a fucking massive opportunity. The guy exited a telecom company for $30 million, was starting a new venture, and I fucked it up. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Because I didn't know how to do ads.
Yeah.
And then I'm feeling bad now because I was like, hold on a sec, I was just bullshitting him. So I'm like, hold on a sec, this isn't a proper agency.
Yeah, but 90% of the agency space are just bullshitting people anyway to get their first licks. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's the thing. If you listen to people like Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, right? Those people been in the game. They were earning nothing for 10 years before they started making money. And then you look at the opportunity that we have working online. It's a disservice to not put in 6 months effort into fucking figuring out how to actually do it.
Yeah, what?
You know what I mean? So that's when I figured out ads, and I came back to Upwork, and it just works. You know what I mean? But some people don't want to do that. They want to take the shortcut route. That's why they want to do OFM and make fast money. Yeah. And what happens when
learn a
that
real
out?
fucking business. Like it's learn a business that actually has skills associated with it. Like, think of all the skills that come along with Upwork. It's not even about Upwork. It's about because I couldn't get clients outside of Upwork for years. Once I did Upwork for a little bit, and I got to like 15, 20K per month for like 3 years. After that, getting clients outside of Upwork was easy because I believed in myself. I believed in my service delivery. I believed in, there's some like mental thing that happens, like where you just
click.
You just think it's you believe the process. Like, I find with most students that get their first client, they see the full process. It's not about like, because my first client was $200.
It's about making it real, bro.
Yeah, like this is a real thing that I can actually do now.
Bro, literally, I said to my dad, I said to him like, yo, you know, why don't we get my little cousin to work online? And he was like, yeah, but we got to show his mom that it's actually real. Yeah, well, like, because she doesn't understand the process.
They don't believe it.
Yeah, they don't understand the process of getting money in your bank account online.
But so many people think that making money online is a scam because they've been scammed.
Because they've because they tried to take shortcuts.
Yeah. Oh, well, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
Like, imagine this. I got a message in the WhatsApp the other day. A guy was like, "Oh, okay, I've been scammed a few times before." So I just asked him. I said, "Okay, how was you scammed?" He's like, "I don't want to talk about it." I said, "Bro, well, I'm not gonna take this program further because I want to know how you got scammed. Because you're saying you've been scammed online before. So tell me, innit? Like, just tell me." And he's like, "Oh, well, this guy said he could offer these exponential, like, whatever returns, 50% a month or something." I was like, "So does that sound like a scam to you?" And he was like, yeah. Right. I was like, "How much did you pay for it?" He was like, "Oh, $200.
Yeah, come on.
So I said, first of all, you get what you pay for. Yeah. Second of all, you basically deserve to be scammed. You know what I mean? Thirdly, if you want to do real shit, it's going to take real effort. And that's the truth of the matter. The reason why most people get scammed is because they don't want to do monk mode. You know what I mean? And lock in for 6 months, bro. It's facts. It's facts. Literally. So how fast did it take you to make money on Upwork?
Ooh, I don't even know. I feel like it took me like a few months, like 3 months, I think, off the rip. you know. But now that I think about it, I don't really actually know the specifics of how long it took me, but I think I remember like when I started doing proposals consistently, I think it took me like 16 days to get my first $200 client or something like that, which for most people who are starting out, that's fucking like,
it's ridiculous.
It's like a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's way easier than that now, but yeah.
And what is the strategy around Upwork? What does it do, and how do you get clients through that?
So imagine if you're watching this and you know about like the SMMA space, the agency space, things like that. Imagine you are trying to get clients through cold email and cold calling, things like that. That's quite hard, right? Because you're trying to convince people this is something that they need. And you're also trying to convince people that you're the expert here, which is quite hard to do without any prior experience. And also there's no like sort of profile for you to show them, right? Unless you have like a sick LinkedIn. Instead, you can use Upwork. And Upwork's a freelancing platform where basically clients are going on there asking for help. So all you have to do is slot yourself in with a good profile, be convenient, and reach out to them with personalization. And you'll get a lot of messages back and ultimately a lot of clients. And that's it. Really, really simple. It's just a freelancing website to land clients. And back in the day, there was only 150 to 170 jobs added every single day. Now there's like 300 to 500 jobs added every single day, and these are all potential clients that want to pay you money. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, right? Upwork is a basket of clients, right? So,
yeah.
For example, if you look at OnlyFans marketing, why do people like it? Then it's easy to get clients, and they pay a lot of money. Same thing as Upwork. Upwork, people list out jobs where they want to hire you, and you just apply for them. It costs 20 cents to apply for things.
Yeah.
If you run ads to get clients, you're going to know how fucking expensive it is to acquire a customer.
Yeah.
So Upwork is the cheapest and most effective way to hire customers at scale.
Yeah, like it's funny. Like I had a student that joined the mentorship program, disappeared for 6 months and was like, oh, you know, I'm not making money on Upwork, whatever. And I was like, cool, no problem. Let's actually look
at the
maths here, right? So we went and had a look. He'd sent 12 proposals in 6 months, right? You know who I'm talking about if you're watching this, right? 12 proposals in 6 months, and he'd had a $200 client. I'm like, bro, it costs you $20. It's a 10x on your money.
Yeah.
Not even $20. I think it's probably like a fucking like 200x or something like that.
But this is what I'm saying.
If this was an investment, then people would be like, oh, let's get into it. And isn't it funny that like people won't believe in a business model, but they'll believe in some fucking bullshit meme coin. But in reality, that's just like luck and
that's the matrix. I mean? That's what keeps you trapped. Those things there are liquidity pockets.
Yeah.
They're little demon guys sat behind a laptop printing these tokens for you to buy and gamble on.
Yeah.
Right? And it's your own loss when you get rugged. Simple as that. That's why most people lose in this game of finance, because they want to jump to investor before they've even become a business owner or self-employed.
Yeah.
And that's where people go wrong. It's that Kiyosaki quadrant,
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki quadrant, EBSI, right? That's actually a blueprint for how to go through life. You become an employee.
I'm not familiar with that actually.
So it's a quadrant like this. You've got employee in the top left.
Right.
Opposite employee, you have a business owner. Underneath employee, you have a specialist.
Oh,
and
it's like
underneath
this.
business owner, you have investor. So an employee could become an investor and draw a line across if they take the monthly salary that they have and put a percentage of it into investments. Eventually, it will overtake and balance out. That's one path. Another path, employee becomes a specialist. So employee learns more skills and becomes specialized in the industry. They then take the money from that they can become specialist at, and they could become a business owner or an investor. So it's a blueprint through life. But what people do is they try to jump to investor and go dead fucking broke, because being an investor, you need years of experience, you need cash flow, you need to understand how to manage your finances, and people want to skip the process.
Yeah.
Right? But if you just go, okay, let me go from an employee to a specialist. So let me go from a brokey in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Let me learn a specialist skill, social media marketing, right?
Yeah.
Facebook ads, high ticket sales, closer, appointment setter, right? All these skills. You learn those skills, and then that allows you to go ahead and either take those skills, move it to a business owner, or you can take the money and stay at that position and move to an investor. But being stuck at employee, most people don't figure it out till they're fucking 45. I was in a sauna and the guy's talking about he's only just picked up Atomic Habits. I was like, bro,
hey, who said that? Like, they were like, if everybody's reading fucking Robert Kiyosaki, then you might as well just not fucking read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's all just the same book, like shit.
This is the thing. It's like you actually have to. That's the thing about downloading information, right? I know that I can see the image there from the book. That's how you read books. You get what I'm saying? Some people have read books, but they can't pull it up and action the actual things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even like at each stage of your journey, you're going to be able to read things and understand things a lot better.
You go back and read it again. If I go back and read that book again, different books.
Like imagine the book that we're reading at the moment, Millionaire Master Plan.
Different.
We can't read that book when I'm a beginner. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's not going to make any sense to us. But now we're like, oh, okay. Now I'm at green. I'm at blue. Like now I understand like which level I'm at.
Yeah, fucking like balance sheets and forecasts.
Yeah, like forecasts, right? Like and you
work
work at Holland and Barrett. Like what are you talking about?
You're at Subway creating your fucking live forecast.
Yeah, come on, that's crazy.
No, well, that's the thing. You have to play your position. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people don't play their position in life. So
yeah, I love that.
You made money in Upwork. All right. What happened at the Iman Gadzhi event? Because that's where we met properly as well.
So I'd been mentoring you, and was I mentoring you at that point? Or was
I bought the program,
right?
But I didn't really use it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I just had it.
Yeah, you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. Well,
you paid for it.
I paid. How much did I pay for that? $200.
Did he ever pay for it? That's the real question.
I remember it's been $350. I sent you $150 for my student loan, and then
I think there was a little payback buyback
I probably
stripe
tried
or
to
some
charge
shit.
it back as well. I probably did try to charge it back as well.
Who knows? But like
I'm fighting the system.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not mad about it. But like.
That was before I knew about Stripe accounts, and I always thought if you charge your business back, I'm like, yeah, fool, it's against the business.
Yeah, someone's gonna show up at your house.
No, I thought it was just against the bank. I was like, okay, they get the money, I'll just charge it back.
Oh right, okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'll be full honest, I refunded like Iman's course. I was just like, send it out, and I was send another email. Like, I didn't get it, and then they sent me the money back, and I was like, cool, Iman's got his money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Got mine.
Yeah. The bank, fuck the bank off. Yeah.
I didn't realize that fucking the Stripes fucking took his bread. You know what I mean? They charged that back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, don't charge back small businesses. If you want to do it, charge, big businesses. Yeah. Amazon, ethical-ish. Right. Yeah. So what did you say?
What we talking? Oh, the Iman Gadzhi event, right?
Yeah. That's where we met. We met there, right?
So we knew each other through the mentorship, but then I got invited to go to. Like basically Iman Gadzhi's event where you would get an award for people that had reached 10K, right? And I was over 10K. I think I was at like 12K pounds per month, right? Like $15K, right? So I got
all through Upwork. I want to just put that in there.
Yeah, all through Upwork.
No
the
fucking
only person
email,
to ever do through Upwork.
no cold DM, no fucking bullshit. Just one thing.
You know what's funny about that, right? Let's just
one thing.
Yeah, literally, like no other.
People get 2 clients with Upwork and start fucking sending emails. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
do more of the same thing.
Double down.
Yeah, if you made it to fucking $2,000 a month, do 5 times more than that, and you're at 10. Done.
Yeah,
it's just
literally. And it's like even more exponential than that because if you've had experience, like it comes quicker and things like that as well. Yeah. But yeah, the Iman Gadzhi event, it was dope. It was weird because like I remember rolling up there, nobody knew who I was. So people were like kind of not treating me that great. Like people kind of treating me like shit. Like people even coming up to me and being like, "Are you someone that I should talk to?" Like, so sweaty,
that
bro.
generation was weird. I'll call that Iman V1.
Yeah.
V1 generation.
Well, he did a sick job because you know what I'm saying. He put all the drinks on the Amex. So I was getting fucking wasted. Like you can go on Iman Gadzhi's YouTube channel and type in GYA party, and if you skip to like maybe like halfway through, you can see me getting my award. I'm fucking wasted. I'm fucking wasted, bro. I got fucking 4 joints in my pocket.
Yeah,
right?
Remember
that later on. Yeah. And because then there was another student there called Frederick who was in my mentorship as well.
We got Frederick.
Yeah, that was dope. That was super cool meeting you actually because I remember like I walked through the front door and I like grabbed you on the back of the shoulders and you were like, "Yo, you're fucking so tall."
Yeah, literally. He came through like a giant. I always came through like, what the fuck? Because you know if Ryan doesn't look tall on camera and you see him as like fucking massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was. There were some moments in time where if you create them, that's when it creates these fucking split realities now. Because any different movement out there, you'd be in a completely different position now. Like if you even spoke to different people, like the people that you chose to speak to. Because I spoke to John, took the mentorship with John, came back to using your course, made bread.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't speak to John,
and John was getting his award that day.
John was getting his award as well.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that was interesting. I feel like.
And then, by the way, once I got that award, you'd have thought I was fucking Tom Cruise in that bitch.
Really?
People were like, yo, I want to join the mentorship, like, because I want to learn.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, fuck, like, just be nice to people in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. And how does that bring you to today? Because there's a whole lot of crypto involved in that as well.
Yeah, like
me and you were sweating the markets out.
People don't even really know. Like, I took a 3-year break, essentially. I did the agency. I was continued doing that for a while. And I didn't want to be on social media anymore. So I just carried on doing the agency, saving up. And then we started Interstellar Ventures together, of course. We made a bunch of money doing that. Private investments, and obviously our group and things like that, crypto. So,
well, that's the thing. We took the transferable skills from running the agency and moved it over to crypto, which nobody's done.
Yeah,
like nobody runs a company.
They're doing it now, but now it's happened. We're in 2023. We were doing that like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
time ago, and I don't even think they're still doing it to that level. Like,
no,
I've seen those Neo Tokyos and stuff like that. It's good. They've got VCs in there and stuff like that, but the level of service isn't the same level of service that we've got. So
yeah,
I
think we still have the biggest crypto UK group, right?
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Still the biggest. Still the biggest. So this is the thing, and we'll wrap it up because I know it's been going on for a while. But I would say that you didn't skip the process. You've done. You've got the war wounds. You get what I'm saying? You got the battle scars to bring it back and refer to. There are so many people out here online, and you can't tell from the top end who has took the process and who hasn't, who's took shortcuts. So I think you should definitely look back at your journey, leverage those moments of not skipping the process. I think a lot of people can get some value from that.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, what more can be said? Like, I've been up, I've also been down. I've made it all, then lost it all, then, got distracted. Like, a lot of people talk about making money online. Like, who's actually talking about the personal development side of things? Like, I'm making 15K per month, but I'm slowly deteriorating because I'm fucking smoking weed all day, and then I lose all of it, and then I have to rebuild it all back up. Like, I'd like to think that's why people find me relatable, because this shit ain't fucking easy, man. If people make it look like it's easy, you wake up at 6 a.m. every day, you go gym, and then you fucking make loads of money on Upwork. Nah, you actually have to go through a journey, and all me and Tyrell are trying to do ultimately is provide and be a mentor that we never had, and give you a realistic viewpoint of how this is going to look in terms of making money online, through an easy business model and through, it takes a bit of time, but I think it's like also the reason that I'm not nervous about making money and the reason that I'm having my success is because nothing's going to faze me. Like, I've had the clients tell me to fuck off. I've had the bullshit situations. I've let my routine dip and then had to rebuild it. It's
the same as the dating, right? You get rejections. Rejections teach you lessons. And the next time maybe you speak to that person, you don't open the same way. You open in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You approach the situation different because you've got experience. Yeah. And that is something that you just can't pay for. You actually have to
you got to get your licks in, man. You got to take you got to go through the shit.
Yeah,
a lot of people just want like guaranteed results, right? Yeah. Like, we can provide that, but like, you still got to actually go through the process. You know what I mean? Like, it's still you who's going through the process, not somebody else. So,
Exactly. So look, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll cut that off there. I'm sure we're going to do this a lot. If you do enjoy it, make sure that you comment below. And also, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, because we're giving you real advice. No bullshit. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't planned. I'm not here to sell you some 997 course. I'm not here to tell you that OnlyFans marketing is the best way, or that you can trade and make yourself rich in the next fucking 30 days. I'm here to give you real information, real knowledge. And all I ask is that you share this channel with a friend, because we're taking over the internet this year, next year, and then I think we're just gonna fucking go to the mountains or some shit. Yeah, peace.
Catch me in the mountains in China, bro.